When do you find you come up with your best ideas? Well, let's talk and think out loud because today I'm gonna actually do a little bit of a different style of content, and that is, something. I've been doing YouTube now for 20 months. 20 months. And do you ever find with yourself that you start out on a project and then some days you might actually question, am I doing this right? Well, I can tell you, after being in business for 27 years, that definitely gives a lot of time to have beta tested business adaptation. So what I want to do is I want to invite you to drop a comment about what type of content do you want to see. I've really enjoyed the time that I've had thus far trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing. And the fact of the matter is that with one of my first businesses, I was on YouTube 17 years ago. So, and I also want to invite you into my life a bit more. I am a freak geek about data analytics and studying traffic, and much of my content is about automation and AI. But I also wanted to talk about some of the things that I see as a content creator, as a human, as a business owner, and that is the lifestyle that's being sold on YouTube. Because there's a lot, there's a lot of effort that it goes into within our lifetime about earning this stuff called money. But truly, what does it really mean? What does building an income for you mean? Does it mean you get to travel more? Does it mean, I don't know, what does it mean to you? Because I know 27 years ago, I was at the beginning of my first career, which that happened to be in the beauty, hair, fashion space. But the dream to be able to fulfill that, what do you want to be when you grow up? And really, what do you want to be when you grow up? You remember somebody asking you that. Stop and think for a moment. Who is it that asked you that? It most likely was probably your parents, right? So today I just was like, you know what? I got done talking with another friend this weekend, and being a creative, and if you're creative that's also analytical, you might watch this and relate. Do you find that sometimes you're stuck in your own head a little bit too much? That's kind of where I was at this week, because I just want to help those of you that watch my channel so much. And the lifestyle bit. Man, I see a lot of people, and I've been guilty of it too. It's like, oh, try this, and maybe you'll get that. But the fact of the matter is I'm really looking forward to actually showing you that right here, I've been making content since 2008. So what does that mean? It means that over the course of the last 27 years, I can tell you that I'm still in business, and that means that there's been a lot of ups, there's been ups, there's been downs, and the best word that I can share with you is adaptation. Adaptation. I don't know, which way do I go? Right there, adaptation. To be able to be in business for a long time, you need to adapt. And so that's the word that came to mind this week, is okay, well, what can we do to adapt? And I don't want to turn this into a conversation about AI. If you want to check out the rest of my channels about how to, you can. And really what was supposed to be scheduled this morning, ironically, was yet another tutorial about voice AI. And I study keywords and research to see what's trending. But I want to bring more to my channel about what's trending, and that would be connecting with you. Really connecting with you. I can study data and analytics, and I get really excited, and I have taught courses about it where I actually have case studies that I know the stuff works. But instead of me reading a report to try to guess what's the next best trending thing because of a keyword is like, it's becoming popular, and then me being like a little hamster on a wheel trying to catch the next amount of views, instead of just asking you, my viewers, what do you want to see more of? How is it that I can help you? Because I really do have 27 years of experience. And so when it comes to working smarter, not harder, there is truth to that. And that's where I'll be doing more tutorials, and I have had workshops. I have another one coming up where I like to break down some of the stuff that might be, it might sound to you like boring, like analytics, or it might sound intimidating. And so when I started this YouTube journey, if you go to like the bottom of my feed, I didn't have all this. I didn't have a painted studio. In fact, I didn't even have like this graphic here in the video. That happens to be Ecamm, by the way. But I've always been that type of person that just tries to improve. So what is it that you want to improve on? Or are you wanting to start a business? Because when I think back, because it's like, experience can sometimes be the best teacher of why did I want to start a business? And I tell you, it wasn't to make more money. Forget that. It was 1999. I was unhappy at my job. So maybe you're unhappy at your job, but you don't even know where to start, where to pivot, or how to adapt to be able to break free and learn how to build a business for yourself. Because at that point, I just didn't want to work for somebody. I had worked within 8 other salons at the time, other businesses that I either didn't find the right vibe, I didn't find the right management, there was too much drama, and so I had to venture out to build my own. Did I do it perfectly? Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. So when I go back to why I built my channel, which says Think Your Way to $1 million, it's from a few places of, let's talk about experience. I have experienced in 27 years stepping into a class that happened to show like how to be able to provide your services in a different way and how to make a lot more money doing it. The subject matter at the time wound up being hair extensions, and so where my average service used to be like $100 maybe in 2006, I went to a class and they said you can make $1,000 to $4,000. Now, did it happen? Yes, it did. But this brings me also to my conversational point this week, where I'm seeing a lot on YouTube about just do this and you can have this lifestyle. And then that also ties to the AI. And I do use AI. It does leverage my time. But it's not so that I can just not do anything. Because that's the other thing I think I'm seeing that's just kind of missing. I still own real businesses, trade businesses. I'm still working, okay? So I just want to be able to help in a different way. And if today's video does help you, drop a comment, because there is viability in working smarter, not harder. And part of my journey was that I saw other individuals doing extremely well, and they still are. And we actually do use all the same all-in-one marketing platform. But it was the spark that I sat there at the table and said, wow, what are they doing? They're doing YouTube. Well, let me tell you something. Let me give you some tips before I wind this up today. And I think, and the other thing too is I've decided I'm going to do this Thinking Out Loud series because of a couple reasons. I give, because you know what, I enjoy going live. I do that. I do enjoy going live. And then I enjoy sometimes finding creators that just think out loud. Not everything, in my opinion, needs to be like edited and cut and just made perfect. And I say that because you know what? Recently I found that I was getting in the weeds about that. Like even this format, which way do I go? Okay, this format, I did this because I saw another podcaster do a really good interview with actually an ex-YouTube employee, and it helped me as the viewer watching the other content creator know what they're going to talk about. So like, what does 27 years look like? I hope you find out, right? And then lifestyle being sold on YouTube. When you watch my content, and if I say I'm debt free, I did the work. If I say we own businesses, we do. If I say I'm still working, I am. And if I say that I'm using the automation software that I talk about and show videos about, I am, So I'm proud about that. And then I made some changes to my graphics today. Let me know if you like them, because I'm still testing. I'm still having my business adapt. And so my strengths are this. If you want to start a business but you don't know where to start, hang out, subscribe. If you are a business owner that you just need like some different ideas, hit subscribe, because I'm going to tell you first thing, I don't have all the answers. And after 27 years, I'm still figuring it out. But what I can tell you with some of the ideas that I do have in store is how did I get where I am today, so that I can best help somebody like yourself. Because I think sometimes people get too caught up once you start a YouTube channel with how many views, how many, and I read a lot. So what's the click-through rate? What's the average view per viewer? What's this? What's that? But I don't ever want to lose sight of, if you're watching me right now, thank you. And if you're watching me right now, you have provided me the best resource that you have, and that is your time. And don't ever let anybody waste it. So if you're going to have to work, you might as well work smarter. And if you're going to have to work, you might as well not do it harder. So this is going to be one of my new playlists, because I do take pride in doing my content, but I want to be able to give back to you, the viewers, and just share how it is that I tend to think sometimes, because in the midst of all this AI, people need people more than they've ever needed people before. So I've decided maybe just to hit publish, and this might not be all finished and perfect. Because the thing is, life isn't perfect. And if you're gonna start a YouTube journey, show up. If you're gonna start a business, you better buckle up. You better buckle up. And if you're watching this and you're a business owner, you already know what maybe some of your journey has taught you as a teacher. So bringing it all together and bringing it home. Be sure to hit subscribe, and I'm gonna I will answer what questions that you might have. Again, your call to action is to drop a comment down below about what type of content that you would like to see more of, because I much rather get my content ideas at least once a week from you, my viewers. And do know that I do appreciate seeing that you are returning to my channel, because I do put a lot of work into that, into this, and I see you. I see you. So and would I love to be able to see your channel grow and your ideas grow, and for you to be able to actually build, build, automate, and monetize something so that you can have the lifestyle that you want, not the one that you might be seeing or buying into. Like, you build it, because when you build it, you'll know that it's real. And that's all I have to say for today.